Boxing out, getting bets, and that's what they're all been trying to do. You know, because he's thinking, if I can get this man angry, get this man mad.
The press conference takes an unexpected and serious turn when Rico Verhoeven confronts Alexander Usyk in an aggressive manner. The situation quickly escalates from strong verbal exchanges to a point where it almost becomes physical. Rico's intense behavior and threatening remarks completely change the atmosphere of the room.
I don't think about these people because it's just talking. Listen, I long time go to my God. Boxing it's pieces my life. A lot of people say, hey, listen, you not take belt heavyweight, you not take belt 4 belt cruiserweight. You know what I say? We'll see. We'll see. For me, it doesn't matter. It's my road. Just my road. Blah 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 blah. It's just a lot of people. Yeah.
Usyk remains calm and controlled throughout, while security personnel move in to separate them. The incident immediately raises the tension around what was already a high-risk heavyweight crossover event. Johnny Nelson then gives his perspective on the situation, explaining that Alexander Usyk has already established himself at the highest level of boxing. He highlights that Usyk has defeated top-tier opponents and fully dominated his division. According to Nelson, the discussion is now shifting away from legacy alone and more toward business and financial motivations.
And what he's done, he's wiped the floor with everybody. He's established himself at the top there. So now you look at him and you'll think financially, will he be in a better position than Tyson Fury? No, not in my opinion. Anthony Joshua? No, not in my opinion. The big money fights aren't out there for him, so he's got to do something. He's got to put himself in a position where he's got to win, because he's proved he's top draw. So in this fight here, I think it creates interest, intrigue. I'm quite sure there's a healthy pay packet at the end.
He also suggests that crossover fights like this are often driven by major commercial interest. Eddie Hearn expresses serious concern about the current mental and emotional condition of one of the fighters. He suggests that something does not appear stable, even though the physical abilities are still clearly there. Hearn warns that even if confidence or focus is inconsistent, the fighter remains extremely dangerous inside the ring. At the same time, he points out that the more worrying issue is the visible struggle outside of competition.
But he's going to be dangerous. Like, all the attributes that he has, they still exist, regardless of his mental state. But I see a kid in pain, you know? I've got to be honest with you, like, I don't see how people around him can be looking at his behaviour,
which could have a strong impact when pressure increases. Rico Verhoeven later describes his approach in fighting, focusing on control and timing. He explains that he becomes especially dangerous when he lands clean shots. He also speaks about his transition from kickboxing into more boxing-focused exchanges, showing enthusiasm about using his hands more freely in a boxing setting. His comments show confidence, but they also raise questions about how this style will hold up against elite-level boxing skill.
Calculated, but yeah, when I connect. Like I said, there's a lot of weight behind these punches. So yeah, of course, within the kickboxing sport, I was used to just throwing the kicks and doing my thing, but now we get the opportunity to use the hands more. So Peter is like, oh, he's like crazy excited. He's like,
Eddie Hearn again addresses the growing tension, openly stating that the situation has become so intense that security is needed to physically keep both sides apart. This confirms how unstable things have become even before any official fight announcement. It shows that emotions are already running very high, and any further confrontation could easily get out of control in a live environment. Peter Fury then confirms that both Alexander Usyk and Rico Verhoeven are fully willing to take part in this crossover fight.
You honestly think if these two come together like this, well, you know what's going to happen?
So what
I'm going to keep them apart by a wall of security.
He describes it as a matchup between two elite competitors from completely different combat sports backgrounds. While he acknowledges that both fighters are interested, he also notes how unusual the pairing is. It brings together world-class boxing experience and elite kickboxing dominance, making the fight more about curiosity and reputation than rankings or traditional boxing merit. Rico Verhoeven also speaks about Alexander Usyk directly.
Alexander Usyk is the Rico Verhoeven in boxing.
Yeah.
So like he's been dominating for so long and in such phenomenal fashion. So I was like, wow, if we could do this, that would...
Comparing him in boxing terms and showing clear respect for his consistency and dominance at the top level. He describes the potential fight as something that could define a legacy rather than just a regular contest. At the same time, his comments also reflect his own ambition, as he seeks recognition in a sport where he is still proving himself at the highest level.
It's big, it's real fight. It's a dangerous guy. It's a undisputed champion for kickboxing. Yeah, it's a big guy, like a hard, but this is 50% show, 50% fight. But for me, it's 100% fight, because I very serious in the training.
Alexander Usyk acknowledges the threat that Rico Verhoeven presents. He recognizes Rico's strength and success as a dominant kickboxing champion with real power and physical ability. However, Usyk makes it clear that he is treating the situation with full seriousness. While others may see it as entertainment or a crossover spectacle,
for a long time and not really done much in boxing at all to warrant a shot at Alexander Usyk when there's a queue so big, and
Indeed.
You know what I mean, and that's the most important thing. The people who are sitting waiting for their shot in line are going to be fuming over this. Some would say, to counter that argument, Usyk's probably...
He views it as a real competitive fight and prepares accordingly with a professional mindset. Paul Smith then criticizes the idea of Rico Verhoeven being placed directly into a major opportunity without first building a boxing record.
This is a joke. This is nothing but a gimmick fight, and it's even more shameless considering the fact, one, it's on pay-per-view, and two, it's for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Does Rico Verhoeven, with his one win over a decade ago against the guy who was 0-5, deserve a world title shot? Answers on a postcard. Can you play the recorder? No. That's the answer. This is shocking. Shocking stuff from Alexander Usyk. This is Alexander Usyk.
He points out frustration from ranked fighters who are still waiting for their chance. While he acknowledges that Usyk has earned some flexibility because of his achievements, he questions
his preparation is already coming down in the very end, and soon as going to be back home in a week or so. Yeah, about in a week, maybe 10 days. We're going to Australia. He kind of looks kind of bumped up, but he looks in a very good shape. I saw his sparrings. I'm not going to talk about the sparrings, but I saw what happened.
Whether this type of fight should involve championship implications at all. His main concern is fairness within the heavyweight division and how crossover fights can disrupt the traditional structure of boxing rankings and progression.
I'm not interested in... I like Rico Verhoeven, sparred him, know him, nice fella, very good kickboxer, one of the best of all time, but he's not a boxer. If he wants to fight... Can he box? Yeah, he can box. He's a very good boxer, but he shouldn't be boxing the best heavyweight in the world. If he wants to do it as an exhibition, go and do it. I'm not interested in Usyk Verhoeven, just for the simple...